In this video, I'm going to be talking about conversations with friends and family about minimalism, intentional living, or any other lifestyle shift that may seem unconventional.
Break the switch.
It sometimes can be difficult to talk with friends and family about minimalism or intentional living, or essentially working to build a different lifestyle from the mainstream. Right now, I still don't think minimalism is really considered mainstream culture. Advertising and businesses and different things all drive the idea of consuming, and consuming more and more and more. Essentially, this idea that you work hard, you make more money so you can buy a bigger house and have another sports car, and that being the vision of traditional success has basically directed a lot of people towards that vision. Whereas if you tend to choose minimalism as a lifestyle or intentional living as a lifestyle, that might mean that you choose to depart from those values. That can make conversations with friends and family more difficult because essentially what you're doing may challenge what they believe about their own lifestyle choices. While it may be challenging to have some of those conversations early in the process of transitioning into minimalism or intentional living, whatever that may mean to you, it does get easier over time, and there are a few ways that you can go about having the conversation and also how you can just live through your own values that make it easier on everyone. The first thing that I would mention kind of merges my worlds of filmmaking and minimalism and intentional living. A great friend of mine told me this advice. He said, "Don't tell what you can show." And I think that really applies to minimalism and intentional living as well. Be living proof of what is possible, and it will help other people understand why you're doing what you're doing. Essentially, you are taking these changes in your life and actually implementing them and making yourself happier, making yourself more fulfilled, giving yourself more opportunities to do the things that really align with your values, the things you want to do. So instead of talking about why you're doing this, it can be great to explain, but at a certain point, it is best to simply show. So do your best to live a fulfilled life, to live a happy life, and make the changes in your life that you need to make. Other people will see your happiness. They will see how you're feeling, how you're expressing yourself, how you're acting, and what you're doing with your time. And they will want to know what your secret is. The second thing that I would mention is be kind. Be patient, and be grateful. A lot of people, especially around the holidays, give gifts as an act of love. It's something that they've done for a long time, potentially all their lives. And they might not quite get the idea of not being able to give love to you in the way that they're used to. And that's okay. So be patient with people and understand that even if you're moving away from wanting to receive physical items, it's still okay that people get you things, even if it's in the early stages of you going through that lifestyle change. So be patient with people. Understand that this really does go against a lot of what advertising and what our mainstream culture has taught us for the last 50, 60, 70 years. So understand, be patient, be kind, and it will make everything easier. The third thing I would say is let your preferences be known, but also be flexible to other options. If you used to go to the mall every Saturday with your best friends and you'd go try on a ton of clothes and eat food at the mall and buy a bunch of stuff, if you want to move away from that, you can be the person that suggests something else and be the initiator of that change. You can invite people over to your home, to your apartment. You can have people come over and play games or just make some tea and do something enjoyable and have some meaningful conversation with each other. You can be the person that reaches out instead of having someone else reach out to you and do kind of the default thing that you all used to do together. So this is with friends, with family. I know that shopping can be a joint activity and a lot of people have fun with it. So if you do want to shift away from that, be the person that takes initiative to shift away and suggest alternatives. It may be really difficult to get people to understand why you may be making a lifestyle shift, and even more difficult to get them to make the same lifestyle shift you want to make. So I'd highly recommend leading by example, living out the life that you really want to live, and just be living proof of what's possible. Definitely just try to suggest alternatives and be the one that initiates group meetings with friends, and so you can kind of set the agenda. And then be patient, be kind, understand that this can be a difficult change for people to make. Before you go, I want to mention one thing. I'm going to be doing an Ask Me Anything questions and answers type video in the very near future. I will be soliciting those questions on Twitter and Instagram. So if you're not already following me on one of those two social media services, I would highly encourage you to do so that I can get your questions and answer them in an upcoming video. As always, thank you for your time and attention, and I'll see you soon.